morning students. In the previous class of mobile computing, we were discussing about mobile IP and how mobile IP functions and what is the architecture, what are the entities of mobile IP. We have how, irrespective of the movement of a mobile node from network across various networks, how it is able to communicate with its home agent. Okay, so these are the things we talked about, that how it is possible to maintain the communication even though it is channeling itself through various other networks. The node is not constant, it is moving from one network to another, and still then also with that movement also it is able to maintain the network connectivity. So with IP address this is not possible. That's why mobile IP uses two addresses. One is IP address, which is normal IP address, and another one is COA, care of address. This we talk. Now how care of address is assigned to a mobile node? How the mobile node will know that I have come to a different network, so I need a extra address. Apart from IP, I also need COA. How the mobile node which is moving, which is mobile, will get to know that. That process is called COA Discovery. That is discovering the care of address and intimating this that I have changed my network. So telling this to the home network is very important, because whatever data we are sending to the mobile node, suppose this is a mobile node which is moving, okay, this is moving across networks. Now it will detect that it needs the COA, but whenever a message is intended for this mobile node, it has to come to home network, and home network will route the packet to the mobile node, isn't it? This is the procedure, right? If XYZ is sending from a different network to MN, it has to go to the home agent, that is home network of MN. Then home agent will send the packet again to the mobile node, isn't it? If I know Suraj, I want to send a message to Suraj, but I know that Suraj lives in Bilaspur. So I'll definitely send the packet to Bilaspur, right? Even though Suraj is currently in America, but I know the address of Bilaspur, so I will send the packet to Bilaspur. Now Suraj parents' responsibility is to send the packet from Bilaspur to Suraj corresponding or current address, that is America. Now this is the responsibility of the Bilaspur people, isn't it? So it is the responsibility of home agent to send the packet from XYZ to the MN's current location. Now how will it know the MN's current location? Through this COA. Through the COA it will know that I have to send the packet to this address, care of address. Okay. So how care of address is discovered is the question. So this we will discuss now. Care of address is actually discovered by the MN only. By what? See, the care of address is needed when the mobile node which is belonging to a particular home network is outside of its home network. When it is in a different network, then only we need care of address. You get the idea, right? Now, how will it know that I have changed network? How will the MN know that I have come to a different network? So it will know by a advertisement message. Which is sent by FA and HA periodically. So the foreign agent and the home agent, they always keep sending periodically a packet called advertisement message. Okay. In this advertisement message, it contains current current network or subnet. It contains the address of current subnet. Contains address of current subnet. Okay, so this advertisement message always is sent periodically by home agent. Suppose I am a network agent, I will send my network address periodically, always keep on broadcasting it. So whoever is the mobile agent or which has come to a foreign network, it will get that message and it will analyze. So MN will analyze the advertisement packet and determine its current location or subnet or network, I will say. So MN will get the packet that I got the advertisement message. Now it will check what is my IP and what is the network given in the advertisement packet. If both matches, that means I am in my home network. If I am MN and I see that my IP is different than the advertisement packet that I received, then I will conclude that I am in a different network. So if the network is different, that implies COA has to be generated. So if it finds that, if the MN finds that I am in a different location, next step is it will generate a care of address which will gives it current address. Now this current address is sent to its home agent. Now it sends the COA to the home agent, its home location, the agent of its home location, okay, the router of the home location, that is home network, okay, it will directly send the COA to the home network so that the home network knows that what is the current address of MN. So even if a packet comes for it, I can send it by its COA because now I know the COA of the MN, okay. So this way COA discovery takes place, okay. So now how the packet is sent? Suppose XYZ of a random network sends a packet to our MN. Now MN belongs to a particular home network. This is the home agent, suppose. Now the home agent responsibility is to send the network to MN. So this packet, suppose, comes from XYZ to home agent sends the packet to MN. This is the usual procedure. Now suppose the MN is not present in the network, it is somewhere else, it is in a different network. So MN is present here. Now this packet is received by home agent. Now home agent sends the packet to a different network through COA. With the help of COA, because it knows the COA, it will send the packet T is sent to a different network in which home agent is present. Now this is an indirect way of sending the packet. Earlier it was within the network, now it is outside the network. So home agent responsibility is to send the packet to the MN by what? Because it knows the care of address, so it can simply send it again. So this sending of packet is called IP tunneling. IP tunneling. So let's see IP tunneling in detail. What is IP tunneling? IP tunneling means, sending of packet which has come for MN from a different network by home agent to a different network. Okay. So XYZ sending a packet to MN. Okay. This is the case, but the packet is routed to what? Home agent, isn't it? What is the usual scenario? When it sends a packet, it reaches the home agent and it gives to the MN. Okay, this is how the routing takes place. Okay, so this is network 1, suppose network 1. This is network 2. Okay, and MN belongs belongs to network 2. So this is how it takes place. But what is IP tunneling? This is normal scenario. But in case of mobile IP, what happens? XYZ from a network 1 sends packet to home agent, which is network 2. Now, home agent is supposed to give it to MN, which is present in network 2. So suppose the MN is in network 3. Mobile node is in network 3. So now it is home agent's responsibility to send the packet to MN. But how will it know where the MN is present? Through care of address, because it has the care of address. Now this process is called IP tunneling. Okay. This sending of packet from home agent to a different network is called IP tunneling. IP tunneling. I hope you got the idea. Okay. So now we discussed in this class about how to discover the COA and then what is IP tunneling. Now we will talk about an important process called DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. What is DHCP? Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So what is DHCP? DHCP is the process of automatically allotting IP address on lease to hosts in a network. Okay, in a network, DHCP is responsible for allotting the IP address to various hosts or various computers within a network automatically. How automatically? Whenever a power is plugged on a host or a system, it automatically gets a IP address and it is on lease. What is on lease means? The IP address to that particular host in a network is provided for a specific period of time. IP is allotted for a specific period of time. Okay. When the period expires, the IP is no longer valid for that system. Okay. That means it is provided on lease. On lease means for IP is given for a particular period of time. Okay. Suppose I take a house on lease. That means I have the ownership of the house, of that house for a particular period of time. Suppose my lease is for 2 years. So for 2 years I am the owner of that house. After 2 years the period expires, this house no longer belongs to me. Okay, that property doesn't belongs to me. Okay, that means on lease. So how the allotment of IP takes place? So first of all, what happens is, in case of DHCP, the network administrator or a client, we can say client DHCP, okay, sends a DHCP discovery packet to DHCP server. Now DHCP server job is to give the IP address. Let's see, these are the IP address, you can allot it. Okay, so first of all, to get this service we must have a DHCP client, must have a DHCP installed system, or we can say DHCP client. So we must have that, then only we can run DHCP or we can automate the process of allotting IP address. Otherwise we have to manually give IP address to each system of the network, which is very tedious. That's why we use DHCP. So first of all, client is DHCP. What is the internal process? How do we get those IPs? Suppose in a network we have 20 systems. For 20 systems we need 20 IP. How to get those 20 IP? It doesn't come from just from heaven, isn't it? So there is a DHCP configured client which sends the request to a DHCP server DHCP request. That means I want to request these whatever you have offered. So client is basically saying to the server that see whatever you have offered, I am requesting this, I need this, I am taking this. Okay. Then the server sends an acknowledgement that okay, you take it. This is yours. Okay. So this is the process of allotting IP address. First of all, it requests that see I need 20 IP address. Then the DHCP server gives an offer with 20 different IP address to be allotted. And if needs it, if it is happy with the IP addresses, then it says that yes, I am requesting this, I will take this. Then the server will simply acknowledge, okay, you take this. Okay, this is how the DHCP process works in a network. Okay, but the network must have a DHCP configured client. That is, all the system must have DHCP installed in the computer. Okay, so to summarize in a nutshell, we studied about the mobile IP completely. I think we studied about the architecture, the entities, what consists of mobile IP, how is irrespective of changing the location it is able to communicate. So we talked about care of address, how it is discovered, what is IP tunneling, and finally we talked about DHCP and its the mechanism, how DHCP works. Okay, so in the next class we will start a new chapter. Okay, meanwhile if you have any doubt, you can contact me through WhatsApp, and in the Zoom class keep your doubts ready so that we can discuss.